Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for another upcoming projects video. And I'm actually doing things a little bit out of order tonight. Normally I will film anything I have to out here on the workbench for the range reports or product reviews. And then afterwards, when I'm packing up and cleaning up, I will film the Texas Gun Vault 2 stuff. But I'm doing this one first tonight because I think I have a long night ahead of me, because I have to film the garage portion of a range report or product review on the Dead Air Mask 22 suppressor. And the reason it's going to take me a while is I think it's going to be a very long review because there's a lot of segments. Because I reviewed this on a Glock 44 and my custom Ruger 1022. So I do all of the tests that I normally do, but on two different firearms. So there's just a lot more segments involved. And I have a feeling it's going to be a while. I spent most of the day having to edit it. And actually the suppressor reviews that you guys, most of you have not seen yet, the way that I'm kind of formatting them, they take longer to make. They're shorter to film, but longer to make because I have to go in and put in all of the chronograph data, all of the ballistic stuff, like what ammo I'm using, and each one of those has to be like a special cell inside of each one of the, the range footage and so forth. It just takes me a lot longer to edit that out. And when I have something that's as intense as this one, because I have so many things to film, it just takes me a while. So I got my script. It's a 5-page bullet point script. Most of my bullet point scripts are just 2 pages. This one's 5. So I'm going to try to make the segments as short as possible. But that's what I have to film as soon as I'm done showing you what's on the table for upcoming projects. Now, I saw my friend D today, and you guys know that every time I go see my friend D, I get to check out some amazing stuff. And as I've mentioned in the past, I am blessed to have friends like D and all the other people like Matt and Jack number 1, Jack number 2, Michael, all these people in the past that have so many names. I can't remember them all right now. Okay, it's unbelievable, and I'm thankful and appreciative of them all. And then I have people like Jack number 2, and then D, who go above and beyond that and are like, hey, we have some really cool stuff, or I have some really cool stuff that I think would be really cool to show the channel, but we need to do some paperwork, things like adding me to the trust and all that kind of stuff, so I can, borrow silencers and that kind of stuff. So it's really humbling that people would do that, because they just want to see stuff happen and things get on the channel that they want reviewed. So it's really humbling. And so we have a couple of things in here that are just basic Title I firearms, just pistols, and there's some really nice pistols, but we also have some really cool NFA stuff as well to review. So let's start off with the pistols. You guys know that D is a huge fan of 2011s. Huge fan of 2011s. And he has one here. This is from Apache Pew, and this is obviously an ammo can that has been very ornately decorated. Okay, so let's see what's inside this. I don't know much about the Apache 2011s. Guess we get some different recoil springs and patch in here, and so here's kind of the presentation of it. Let's get this thing out. See what's inside. All right. And man, is that a beautiful one. That's an interesting finish on that. Man, that slide moves like butter. But it's compensated. And take a look at that one. It's kind of a bronze finish. I'm going to have to do some research on this one. Don't know much about this company, but I do like 2011 pistols. Obviously, he has decked this thing out with a Trijicon SRO, and all the controls are in that bronze color as well, the hammer as well. This is a beautiful, beautiful pistol. There's a lot of machining here on the top of the slide. Very interesting cocking serrations, or a cocking texture. I guess those really aren't any serrations. Just a beautiful, beautiful pistol here. So Yeah, it's an Apache. Let's to make sure I get it right here. It's the Watchtower, I guess is the name of the company. And it's the Apache Pew is the model. So, yeah, that is beautiful and very, very cool. Another 2011. So I hope people like my 2011 reviews. I like making them, but I know inevitably they do not satisfy the diehard competition shooters and things, because I'm not a competition shooter. But that's okay, right? You don't have to be a race car driver to own a Ferrari. You can just own a Ferrari because you can own a Ferrari and just go and get groceries with it, right? That's the way I am with these high-end 2011s. I'm just an average gun guy, and as I said, some people aren't going to like that. All right. That's number one. Oh, I forgot to put this in the box. All right, next up is something that has a little bit of Texas heritage to it, which is kind of cool because I am the Texas Gun Vault. Now, Dee said these are actually kind of hard to get right now. This is from Hast Custom Guns, handcrafted precision. That's what it says on the case. And this is another company that I am unfamiliar with, but we have all these 2011 companies popping up. And here is the presentation on this one. So let's open the box here, and there it is. Very, very nice cutout in the foam. And I like their logo. It's kind of like a longhorn. Oh, this one has an island barrel to it. Looks like we are clear. And here is this one. And look at that cool logo on the side. Yeah, that is Texan through and through. And I even like their hammer. Their hammer is constructed a little bit different. It kind of looks like the horns on the Longhorn. And this one, while it might not be as flashy as the Apache, it seems to be really nice. Obviously well built. That slide, man, beautiful. Beautiful motion on that. Let's see here. Down here in the bottom it says Hast Custom Guns, based in Florence, Texas, and this is part of the Cobra series. That jet funnel at the bottom might be a little bit too square for my taste. Now, this one is one of those 2011s, and I'm going to mention it in the review, and it's my personal preference. Sometimes these 2011s can get a little bit boxy. The thing I love about the 1911s is like the little scallops here in the front of the slide. It just gives the gun more curves, and it makes it look a little bit sleeker and a little bit sexier. And I feel like many 2011 companies nowadays make them a little bit too boxy. I understand the utilitarian value of this in that it adds more weight to the front. And of course, you can have this long rail out here for all different types of accessories. But a gun is a mixture of form and function. And sometimes I feel some companies go too far on the function side and not enough on the form side. And of course, people are always going to say, Jason, a gun is a tool. I agree, a car is a tool as well. But if that was the case, you wouldn't care about, high-end cars. You would just go, Toyota Camry's fine because it works. But yet when a Ferrari, there I go, bringing a Ferrari again or something, goes by, you look at that because you know it's something special. It's form and function blended together. What else do we get in here? Oh, we get a big laminated sheet, I guess, talking about this particular gun here. Oh, it has all the different types of information I would need on it. Has a black DLC finish. It has recoil spring is 8 pounds. Hammer spring is 17 pounds. Trigger weight, 2.5 pounds. And the completion date was July the 24th of 2024. And it's signed by Ben Hayes, which I guess is the owner of Hayes Custom Guns. So we got some magazines in here. Looks like we got some swag, some stickers. So yeah, it looks like it's kind of a nice little package here. So another 2011. That's going to be a lot of fun to shoot. Hopefully I'll shoot it well, because every time I don't shoot a 2011 well, everyone makes fun of my marksmanship. But then when I shoot one like a tack driver, no one has an issue. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. So those are the two 2011 pistols. So now let's talk about some other cool stuff. And as I said, this is the stuff that means a lot to me because of all the paperwork and the time involved to make this happen. And it's very humbling that I've been able to cultivate this friendship and this relationship with D, and that he lets me, as I said, be part of his gun trust. So here we go. The first one, I think I'm going to do a number of videos on, and I'll explain why. This is a Knight's Armament SR-30. Okay, it is an SBR, and this one is chambered in 300 blackout. Okay, and obviously I am going to do a range report on this particular gun, but also it's set up with a Knight's Armament flash hider. And there's a number of suppressors that I know D has that are Knight's Armament cans that I will be able to review on this. Now, when it comes to reviewing a suppressor, I really want to review them, if they're a rifle suppressor, on a direct impingement gun, because one of the tests I like to do is the resistance or the gas blowback test. And if I'm running it on a piston gun, I can't do that. That's one of the big advantages to the piston guns, short stroke pistons, all the gas stays out here. But on the other hand, most people are gonna be wanting these cans on an AR-15, AR-10, that kind of stuff. So I really want one that is more gas operated. But yeah, I'll be doing this, obviously, and it is in 300 blackout. And I don't think I've done a 300 blackout Knight's Armament yet. I don't think so. And then I'll use this as a host weapon for reviewing some of his silencers that are Knight's Armament based. So that's going to be great because this is the perfect setup for that. So that is that one. And then finally, I think I saved the best one for last. And let me adjust a couple things here and show you the one I think I'm most excited about. And I may put this one to the top, okay? Because you guys know I love B&T. Even though B&T thinks I hate them, it's kind of like the opposite of HK. Everyone jokes and says HK hates you. Just because I had some issues recently with a B&T bolt action gun, I really feel like I made some of the guys at B&T upset with me. And I think they think I don't like them. And that's the furthest thing from the truth, because I absolutely love B&T. Absolutely love B&T. I think their stuff is just awesome and amazing. And every time I get to see some of their new products, I just kind of drool over them. And this is one of those new products. And speaking of 300 blackout, we have a B&T. Was it the, this was the, it's the, make sure I get the right model on this one. The APC300-SD. So the advanced police carbine, but in 300 blackout, and it's integrally suppressed. That's a beast right there. I bet this thing is going to be so quiet. I love the APC. I think it's B&T's kind of premier gun, in my opinion. They probably think other guns they make are better. I personally think the APC is the cream of the crop. They're just honestly the very best. They're the ones that I shoot the best. This thing's going to be awesome. It has an adjustable gas block on it. Obviously, it has this awesome B&T suppressor. I bet this thing is going to be so much fun to shoot. And when I shoot 300 subsonic through this thing, I bet it's going to be probably Hollywood quiet. And I'm hoping, because it uses that hydraulic buffer system, it's going to be as smooth as possible when it comes to the recoil. I'm really excited about this one. This is a really, really interesting firearm. And I think it's relatively new on the market. I'm trying to look here at the serial number. The serial number prefix is 24. So this gun was made here in this year of the year of our Lord 2024. So relatively new. This thing is going to be awesome. So this thing is going right to the top of the pile. I'm really excited about this one. So there you go. That's the upcoming projects. What do you guys think? This is going to be a lot of fun. And as I said, I am blessed beyond my wildest dreams because as a average gun guy that is nobody special, getting to review and shoot just awesome things is humbling. I love to bring my experiences and the information to you through videos. I know they're long form. They're not the sexiest and coolest things out there. They're kind of boring, but I kind of feel like the gun world needs some of that. You know, I don't like the trend where every video has to be under 3 minutes and all it is what I jokingly refer to as gun porn, where it's, you know, somebody out rolling in the grass in full metal, you know, like full plate carriers, with nods on, night vision, and blowing pumpkins up and cutting trees down in the woods with a shotgun. You don't need that. That's not that, and that's fine. That's entertainment. That's an entertainment. I don't want to be an entertainment channel. I want to be a resource channel, and I think that just comes from the fact that I have kind of an academic background. I do have a doctorate degree in my field of study of music. Yes, I'm a complete dork. Yes, I've written a doctoral dissertation, so I understand research and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And anyway, that's just what interests me, and I always make content that I would want to watch. And that might not mean that many people like you guys want to watch it, but it's what I make because it's what I enjoy. And I do this first and foremost for me before anybody else. Because if I don't enjoy this, I'm not going to make it, right? I'm not, and because people have asked me about the content that I have tried to create. They're like, hey, you need to do this, this, this. Yeah, I could see doing that, and maybe that might get me more views, but I'm not going to like it. It's so disingenuous. I want to be genuine. Like, I hope that you feel that the person that I come across in these videos as is the real person that you meet in real life. Like, I'm not here, I'm not a character. I feel like some gun content creators are characters, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. If they're an entertainment-focused channel, they're fine. And sometimes their character can be a very close reflection of who they are as a person, but there's still something different on camera. I think even the big ones like Hickok 45, he is I believe he's a character. He plays up the granddad vibe a little bit, you know. One of my friends, Richard, who has lent guns to the channel in the past, he says that I told him I was going to borrow this. He says that Hickok, is it exhibits guns, or anyway, he doesn't review guns, he exhibits guns. You know, he shows them off, but he doesn't really get into the nitty gritty. Some people, they like Grantham, or I'm trying to think of some other people. They kind of play up the entertainment value of it, you know, where they're out in the field, and as I said, they're wearing the plate carriers. They look like they're part of the military. You know, Rob Ski's another one. I know he has that accent, which, of course, if you're going to review AKs, I mean, you're going to want to watch a review of a guy that kind of has a Eastern European or Russian accent. You know, it just kind of adds to the mystique and the character of that. And I know that's the way he really talks, but you understand what I'm saying. There's a certain character involved. And I don't want to be that. I want to be genuine. And that's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. People today, they want their information condensed down to 3 minutes. They want it in a YouTube short. They want to see a gun get shot and things blow up. And that's not what I do. I go to the range and I give very factual, quantitative data, especially on like suppressor reviews. I'm doing like chronograph data. Yeah, it's boring. It's boring, but I find it fascinating because I love to learn about guns. So anyway, that's what I got going on tonight. I got to get filming this range report. I got to put this stuff up and put it into the safe, and then start working on the review that is probably going to take me into the wee hours of the morning because I got so many segments to film. So anyway, thank you for joining me here in the garage. And the word of the day, if you made it to the end, is humble. Humble, because I am humbled beyond belief that me as an average gun guy that's nobody special gets to do this, right? This is like putting the spectator of a race into the race car themselves, and that's what I do. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I don't know what I did in life to deserve this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, I got to get back to trying to create the best content I can and give you guys the best information that I can. So I'll have to let you go, but humble is the word of the day. Thank you for joining me here in the garage. And as always, thanks for watching.